All right, so I just want to introduce the next reader. So this is somebody who I consider like an innovator in the poetry space. Just like a big experimenter. Now, the first time I saw him perform was in 2009 at the Bridge Cafe, and he had this poem, and I'm not going to spoil it because I think he might do it. He had this poem that just like changed how I see poetry and what I think is possible in performance, right? And he's somebody who has continued to push his pen and his approach to writing poems ever since. And he left the community for a little bit and then came back, and he's really kept that passion, right? You can tell that this is somebody who loves poetry and loves just thinking outside of the box, and it's really inspiring to be in community with him. And I had the privilege of being on the 2010 Slam for Your Die Slam team with him, and I learned so much from him in just like that 3 months in that summer. And in 2025, I continue to learn from him every time we interact. This is like one of the smartest people poetry-wise that I know. And it's really just an absolute joy to just like see him week in and week out, get his emails about what he's tinkering, hear about his projects, and just like read his shit. Cause like I'm low key, I'm trying to be him. So I want you guys create some high key. That's high key. Please give noise. Create a lot of energy. All right. Give it up for the next reader, Jeff Stumpo.
Slam is a house with many rooms. Some of them are full of joy, and some of them are full of horrors, and there's at least one living room where C-SPAN is playing 24/7. And some of the bedrooms have been taken over by poets who turned them into the homes that they never had. That was meant to be sweet, that wasn't the fun. And my role at Slam for Your Die in 2009, 2010 was to be a guy on my hands and knees with a tape measure and a flashlight, calling out to the inhabitants of the house that the rooms are not the dimensions that you thought they were. So I actually originally wrote this poem way back in 2003. But I didn't get to perform it on a national stage until I went to NPS with Slam for Your Die in 2010. I've made a couple adjustments to it since. Tonight, this is for my son Liam, who is also second generation Slam for Your Die. This one's called ADD TV. A one-man group piece. My music is not jazz, but rap. Not the smooth melody, but the click-clack of computer keys as we freestyle across chat room tracks. No oboe, no piano, no guitar, no brass, except as riffs we mix beneath my breath. I do not croon or scat, I flip language and spit it. Like Ginsberg and Whitman, I chant to deliver it from the hands of the few to the ears of the many. I speak quicker than you, knowing death is already creeping up on little cat feet, rubbing a muzzle against the back of my head, my thoughts dripping like sweat to the street. This is my downbeat. I tried to find salvation once, but was declared insane. Had electrodes strapped to my temples and face shot down in my brain. I grabbed a crucifix to use as a divine rod, but spun in circles following men's words attributed to God. I looked inside my heart, it'd been replaced with a TV channel that said violence is natural because we are just animals, but evolved from mammals or placed here by God in the end doesn't matter to me. So long as we learn that you can't just take, you got to give to live in the land of the free. And in late-breaking news, protesters have gathered outside the Kremlin. Protesters have gathered outside the White House. Fox News headquarters. Let's go to a live feed where their leader is in the midst of a speech. Now, I got no patience for statements made by racists on the basis of lyrics coming from our basements. Pay attention, it's our faces on the 9 o'clock news. Our faces, police bruise. Face that, we lose. Now, here's what we gotta do. Today on PBS. The secret to happiness. Everyone have that? And finally today, another 10 dead in Haiti, Chicago, Manchester. Manchester. It's the death of sense and common sense and all my decent this weekend distance. This is a dolphin dissonance. And all of this gets off in this noise. Where is my voice? Where is my voice? Where is my voice?